Imagine a giant cloud of gas and dust. This cloud, known as a nebula, is the birthplace of stars and planets. This cloud was huge, much bigger than our solar system is today. It stretched across light years, a vast expanse of cosmic material. It was dark and cold, filled with tiny particles. These particles were mostly hydrogen and helium, the building blocks of stars. This is where our story begins, billions of years ago. In this primordial gas cloud, the seeds of our solar system were sown. These particles were drawn together by a force, a pull. This force was relentless, slowly but surely bringing the particles closer. It was gravity, bringing everything closer. Gravity is the invisible hand that shapes the universe, pulling matter together to form stars and planets. Slowly, the cloud started to spin. This rotation caused the cloud to flatten into a disk, with most of the material gathering in the center. As it spun faster, it got hotter in the center. The temperature and pressure increased, igniting nuclear fusion. The center became so hot and dense that something amazing happened. A star was born. This was the birth of our sun, the heart of our solar system, our very own sun. A giant ball of burning gas ignited in the darkness. It began to shine, providing light and warmth to the surrounding space, setting the stage for the formation of planets. The sun's birth wasn't the end. The leftover gas and dust from the cloud was still swirling around the newborn star. This swirling cloud is what we call a solar nebula. As the cloud spun, it flattened into a disk. The sun's heat pushed lighter materials like gas farther out. Heavier materials like rock and metal stayed closer to the sun. This is how our solar system started to take shape. It was like a cosmic dance floor, with the sun at the center and the building blocks of planets swirling around it. In the swirling disk, tiny particles began to clump together. These particles, made of dust and ice, were the building blocks of planets. Over millions of years, they collided and stuck together, forming larger and larger clumps. This clumping was due to gravity, the same force that created the sun. Gravity pulled the particles towards each other, causing them to stick and form even larger masses. As these masses grew, their gravitational pull became stronger, attracting even more particles. These clumps grew bigger and bigger over time. Eventually, they became planetesimals, the building blocks of planets. These planetesimals collided and merged, forming protoplanets. The process was chaotic, with many collisions and mergers. Near the sun, where it was hotter, rocky clumps formed. The intense heat caused volatile materials to evaporate, leaving behind rocky and metallic elements. These rocky clumps eventually became the terrestrial planets. These became the inner planets: Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. Each of these planets has a solid rocky surface and is relatively small compared to the outer planets. Further out, where it was colder, gas and ice came together to form the gas giants Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. These planets are much larger than the inner planets and are composed mainly of hydrogen, helium, and other gases. Each planet was unique, shaped by its distance from the sun and the materials it was made of. The inner planets are rocky and dense, while the outer planets are gaseous and massive. This diversity is a result of the varying conditions in the protoplanetary disk, but they all shared one thing: they were born from the same whirling cloud of gas and dust. This primordial cloud, known as the solar nebula, gave birth to our entire solar system, from the smallest asteroid to the largest gas giant. Our planet Earth formed in the inner region of the solar system about 4.5 billion years ago. It was born from a swirling cloud of gas and dust which gradually coalesced under the force of gravity. It was a hot and violent place at first, constantly bombarded by asteroids and comets. These impacts generated immense heat, causing the surface to remain molten for millions of years. The young Earth was a chaotic and inhospitable environment. As Earth cooled down, something magical happened. The molten surface began to solidify, forming a solid crust. This cooling process took millions of years, but it was crucial for the next stages of Earth's development. Water vapor in the atmosphere condensed and fell as rain, forming the oceans. These early rains were torrential, lasting for thousands of years, gradually filling the basins and creating vast bodies of water. Volcanoes erupted, releasing gases that created the atmosphere. These eruptions were frequent and intense, spewing out water vapor, carbon dioxide, and other gases, which enveloped the planet and formed a protective layer. This set the stage for life as we know it. The atmosphere began to stabilize, creating conditions that were suitable for the emergence of life. The combination of water, a stable climate, and a protective atmosphere made Earth a unique cradle for life. From the simplest organisms in the oceans to the complex life forms we see today, Earth became a vibrant and teeming planet, all thanks to its unique journey through the solar system. Over billions of years, life evolved, adapting to the changing environment, leading to the incredible diversity we witness now.